Okay, so welcome back. In the last video, we looked at how the notes starting from middle C, going line, space, all the way up. Middle C, D, E, F. Okay, we know that this note here is also middle C. Let me just change colours. In this lesson, we're going to work out using the same approach, how it works going the other way, right? So this is middle C. There's the line. If we extend that line out, you can see we've got a space here. So line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, line. Okay. So what I'd like to do, in fact, let me just carry on here, just quickly going up so we know that was G, A, B, C, C, D, E, and F. G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. This is something I want you, don't worry about this here. This is something I want you to maybe pause and think about. Here's my question to you. Do you think, like so far it's very logical, right? Here's middle C. We talked about how this was middle C. We scrubbed out these lines, then we just stretched those 5 lines, or that staff or stave up, this staff or stave down. Right, there's middle C, same note, and then we went up, and down. My question to you is, for example, do you think this note right here, you can see that's on this first line here, right? That first line. You can see this note is also on the first line. These 5 lines look the same as these 5 lines, right? Do you think this note here is also going to be an E? Right, this is an E. This is an F. Do you think this is also going to be an F? This note here, G. Do you think this is going to be a G? What I'd like you to do is pause it, have a think about it, see if you can work it out. And we'll come back and we'll work it out together. Okay? Alright, so let's just have a think about this. In fact, let's just work it out very logically, right? There's no hocus pocus happening here, right? Let's just work it out very logically. Okay, so let's just do exactly the same thing. We started with C, right? This is C. What's one note down from C, right? So here we go. We've got our alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Then it starts again, A, B, etc. And then before A, well, it's going to be G. Then it's going to be F, E, all the way down, right? This is the way it works, right? So there's, for example, this E. That could be the E, right? There. How do we know that's E? Well, let's just double check. 2 black notes. 1 down, that's C. C. After C in the alphabet comes D, and then E. All right, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, all the way up. A, B, C. Keeps going, right? So we've said that C, C, D, E, C, D, E, or here C, D, E. What about going backwards? C, what's one note before C in the alphabet? A, B, C, B. Okay, B. So let's write here B, right? So after before C, B. Okay, let's keep going. Before B comes A, because we're going down. That's why we're going before, right? Here we went up. C, 1 up, 1 above, above, above. So this way here, this is above, right? Makes sense, right? This is down, right? Below, below. And on a keyboard, I know on my keyboard here, I realized that the sound is not really coming through very clearly. But as we go up the keyboard, the sound gets higher. And as we go lower, or to the left or down, the sound goes down. Okay, so I hope that makes sense there. So that's why we're going down, we're going below, right? So before A comes G, before G, F, E, D, and remember I'm lining these up, so this one matches to this one, this one matches to this matches to this. This note here, before D comes C, before C, B, A. What comes before A? G. Now this is interesting. Look, for those of you who said, yeah, these 5 lines look like these 5 lines, so this note here should be the same as this note here. Look what happened. This note is a G, whereas this note is an F. Now that's a bit strange. Well, it's not really. We didn't do anything strange. We just followed it very logically. Starting from the very beginning, we went very logically up and down, just matching up the notes. And look what happened. That's really interesting. So it looks to me that from, okay, middle C, they're the same. We know that they are the same note, right? But it looks to me that this set of 5 lines, this staff, this stave, have a very, very different set of notes than this staff or stave, right? Because they're not the same, are they? This note is an E in this top set, but it's a G in this bottom set. It's an F in the top set, the second note here. That's an F in the top set of 5 lines, or the top staff. But in the bottom staff, it's an A. And you should know the reason that it's different. We just talked about it. We just went up logically, right? Going up and down. So that's why they have different notes. So what do you think we need to help us know that if you see 5 lines, for example, if we have, let me just draw 5 lines really quickly. Oops, I'm not the best freehand. No, what's going on here? Yeah, that's slightly better. Oh, it's terrible. Please, I apologize for my shocking set of 5 lines. Right, let's say we've got 5 lines here. Okay, and I put a note here. Let's say I'll put it here. Let's do that. Now, can you tell me what note that is? You might think, yeah, sure. I know if I look back up to here, right, it's second space, right? Let's just check. So there's the first space, right? So if we go, there's a line. So these 5 lines, line, 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 and then we have space, 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 space. So it's on the second space. So let's just look up to here. It's on this one here, second space, boom, boom. So it must be an A. Okay, so if you put it that this is an A, what if we look down to the second space in the bottom 5 lines? 1, 2, second space. Oh, hang on, it's a C. It's a, well, hang on. Well, now we're confused. It could be an A or a C. So what do we need? We need something to help us know if we're in the top set of 5 lines or the bottom set of 5 lines. The top staff or the bottom staff. So what are the little clues or the signs or symbols that we can use to distinguish whether this is an A, as in the top staff, or if it's a C, that is if it's in the bottom staff? Well, what we do, we use a funny little symbol, two funny little symbols actually, and there are others, but for now we are just going to look. You may have seen something like this. Aha, you may have seen that. I think a lot of people would have seen that symbol. Right? Another symbol looks like that. And I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, yes, I've seen that too somewhere. Well, if you see this symbol, you know that that's in the top set of 5 lines. So what I can actually do here is just draw it in, and then you'll know you're in the top staff, right? So if you see this, you'll be able to say, easy, I know that's an A. So, an A. So you cross, you don't need that. You know that's an A, right? But if you see this symbol, that represents the bottom set of 5 lines, right? And if you see that, you will say, easy, that's a C. Okay, so that is the reason that we have these 2 symbols here, right? For the names, this one is called a treble clef, and this one here is called the bass clef, right? And the clef is just a kind of a key on a map, right? So if you see, like, on a map, you'll see, like, you know, here's a hospital, or you'll see, you know, there's a hospital, there's I don't know, a house, a hotel. You'll see, like, I don't know, the beach might look like that. You'll see all these little symbols, maybe something like that for a park, I don't know. You'll see all these symbols, right? They're like a key. You know, you often see the key of a map. And it's funny, in German they call these keys as well, because it's like unlocking the door to tell us which notes we're in, right? Which notes we need. For example, like we talked about, this note is not the same as this note. We know that this note in the treble clef is an E, right? E. This note in the bass clef is a G, right? G. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. We've covered a lot in this lesson. If there's something you didn't understand, just watch the video again, and I'm sure it will all make sense a little bit more as you watch the video. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video.